Maybe that.
I think it's important
She should have one. My goodness, we gotta get something like that. Gotta get on that, Sue. Oh, sorry. Come on, stinker. Let's do this. All right, friends. I feel like you're so far from me. Okie dokie. Welcome. Thank you for being here. I know. I feel far. Hello, back there. I'll get up and move back towards you. Don't worry. I will. Like, all right, friends. Let's just practice. I'm not gonna even say announcements because I feel like you've heard them all. So find your seat of meditation if you're not already there. Maybe give yourself just a moment, move around a little, get your wiggles out. So little bits and pieces of movement, and then eventually find your way to stillness. So as you settle in, bring your hands to rest somewhere intentionally. Close your eyes or lower and soften your gaze. And just give yourself these first few moments to fully arrive here in this space. So everything outside of this room for now, just let it fall away. And just feel your body on your mat. Feel your breath inside of your body rising and falling, expanding and contracting. Maybe you even visualize your breath in some way and use your imagination. And just next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. And then when you think you are completely full, hold there and see if you can just take one little teaspoon more, little sip in at the top. And out your mouth, release, let it go. Ah. Do that twice more. So inhale, fill up. Get as big as you can, expand, inflate, take up space, hold. Extra sip if it's there. And out your mouth, release. Ah. Good job. One last time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Take that pause, hold in fullness, let the breath circulate around inside of you, maybe even 2 extra sips this time. And then big sigh of relief out your mouth, let it go. Ah. Nice job. Start to drop in now to your Ujjayi breath. Start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi is vibrant breath, victorious breath. It's powerful and strong. But at the same time, it's also slow and steady, calming and regulating for our nervous system. So really slow, spacious inhalations that create a sense of buoyancy inside of your body, lightness. And then even slower exhalations all the way to emptiness, all the way to the very, very bottom. And as you find emptiness, see if you can feel your center, your intrinsic strength, your connection to your center. So just by breathing in this way, you're doing yoga. You're paying more attention. You're becoming more aware of yourself, the energy inside of you, breath moving through you. So all you have to do to practice yoga really is to tune in, pay attention, and be more present. All the poses are just there to help us, to give us more ways to notice. You can come back to this place, the seated meditation, at any time throughout our practice, and you are still doing yoga. So anytime you need a break, you just want a moment for yourself, come back here and just close your eyes and breathe. If you're ready to begin moving, take your breath with you, come forward to hands and knees, and just start to move any way that you would like to move. So not how your mind wants to move, but how your body wants to move. So get curious and explore. You might start with cat-cows, just a simple extension and flexion of your spine, but then really start to feel around in new ways. So see if you can find spaces inside of your body that you didn't even know were there. See if you can find ways to move your shoulder blades on your back body, or ways to move your elbows, or any other little joints. Get curious. There's so much there. There's so much to notice. So many ways to explore. And if it's helpful, close your eyes. So let go of how you look, let go of how anybody in this room looks, and just focus on what you're feeling, what your body is experiencing. Really nice, everybody. And after about 5, 6, 7 breaths, or whenever you feel complete here, just go ahead and start to transition back into our first down dog of practice. Whenever you're ready, you can just tuck your toes and lift your hips, or if there's some other way you want to transition back to down dog, feel free. Good job, you guys. And once you're back in your dog pose, keep exploring, keep feeling around. Maybe pedal out your heels, give your head a little shake or a little nod. And see if you can really find in your down dog a connection to your center. So imagine there is a rope, an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling up and tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So as you find your center, you feel a little lighter in your hands and your wrists. You feel like something is lifting you up. Oh, there's energy moving up. Really nice poses, everybody. Take one more inhale into your down dog. And then as you exhale, just slowly walk your hands to the very back of your yoga mat until you find yourself in a forward fold. So eventually, forward fold, back of your mat, all of your toes face directly forward. Bring your feet at least hips-width distance apart if they're not there already. And next time you breathe in, come to a halfway lift position. So halfway lift, pause, bend your left knee a lot, bring your left fingertips to the ground and extend your right arm to the sky, little twist. So think of this as a halfway lift with a twist. So spine is long, crown reaches forward, and your right butt cheek pulls back. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your right foot and get your right leg as straight as you can. Take one more deep breath to work your twist. And then slowly, bottom of your exhale, let it go and switch to the other side. So let's see, bring your right fingertips to the ground, right knee bends, and then left arm up. Very nice. Press down through the inner edge of left foot, pull your left hip back, lengthen through your spine, to the length in your left side. And then maybe even gaze up at your left hand. Take one, maybe 2 more rounds. And then when you feel pretty even with your twist, back to center, back to a regular forward fold, and just ragdoll your arms for a moment. Grab opposite elbows, kind of bounce, sway, bob. Head is heavy, neck is relaxed, and face is soft. Next time you breathe in, come back to that halfway lift position. And from your halfway lift, plant your hands or your fingertips and start to crawl them forward. So come into a plank position, top of a push-up. Eventually, shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders, push the ground away, take little rocks forward and back like you're sawing through a piece of wood with your body. So just rock forward, rock back. Nothing changes in your position. You're just transferring weight forward, more into your fingertips, more into your tiptoes, and then transferring weight back. Yes, you want to come to your knees at any time to modify, feel free. Next time you inhale, take that little rock forward. So on your tippy toes. Exhale, slowly lower for 3, 2, 1, all the way to your belly. And then find a Spider-Man cobra. So hands framing your yoga mat. Lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, take a little twist to either side. So you choose. And then inhale back through center. Other side, exhale, twist. Do that one more time, each direction with your own breath. Little tone in your belly protects low back. So as you lift your heart, draw your belly button in and up. It's like you have a brace around your middle. Yes, very nice. Eventually, you will come back to center. You can hold there as long as you want, as long as feels right. And then however you'd like to get there, downward facing dog, nice chill. So back to down dog, Ujjayi breath, big, spacious, powerful. Beautiful poses, you guys. Spread your fingers and actively push into the ground. Feel all that length from your fingertips up to your sit bones. One more inhale in your down dog. This time as you exhale, look to the top of your mat and however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, spinal extension, halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, let it go. Take it all the way to stand, rise, arms overhead as you inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. Flowing for a moment with our breath. Inhale, high mountain. Hinge at your hips, slow dive, takes you all the way down. And as you breathe in, spinal extension, lengthen. Beautiful, Kathy. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat. Move through your vinyasa your way. So from your high plank, find your way to down dog. However you'd like to get there, take your time, move mindfully. Beautiful. And once you are in down dog, hang out there, Ujjayi breath. All right, inhale your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. And for just a moment, open your hips. So bend your knee, reach your right knee out and up. Squeeze through the outside of your right butt cheek. So see if you can feel, it's called your medial glute fire, to lift your knee a little bit higher. Open your hips a little more. Yes, good awareness, you guys. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly, stay here, breathe in, lift your back, tippy toes, push the ground away and step forward as soft as you can, low lunge. We're actually going to rise into a warrior one stance today, so a little bit different. Pivot your back, heel down. Feet, for me, I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. Rise as you are ready. So just like in crescent lunge, we're going for square hips. Right hip pulls back, left hip draws forward. Feet on 2 train tracks may be helpful if this feels funky in your hips or in your back leg. Beautiful. Yes. So as you bend deeply into your front knee, keep pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Keep lifting through your heart, honing through your belly. So like I was talking about before, that brace around your middle, navel to spine connection will create that. So feel your strong center. Take one more inhale in your warrior one. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine. If you can, start to reach your hands back. And then if you'd like, maybe even lift your heart up and tilt your chin up, pump up your chest. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, humble warrior. So keep your clasp and bow to the inside of your right knee. So think of shoulder, head coming down in the inside of your right leg. And keep tracking your right knee towards your pinky toe. Don't let it collapse in. Yes, beautiful poses. Chin to chest, navel to spine. So your back can round, but keep lifting your knuckles and feel the opening in the front of your shoulders. Good job. Nice, Liz. Take one more deep breath in your humble warrior. Bottom of your exhale, bring your hands to your low back, release your clasp, and as you inhale, rise back up, arms to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands to your front thigh, and from here, you're just gonna give yourself a little push off your back foot. See if you can balance in a warrior 3 variation. So as your left foot lifts, really square off your hips. You can push into your front thigh and feel your strong core engage. Yes, active through your back leg, like you're stomping your back foot on an invisible wall. Only if you want to, option to add your arms. So one arm, both arms might reach forward, back, out to both sides. Yes, so your personal fullest expression, take one more deep breath. And then we'll end up in a forward fold. So as you're ready, left foot can come down at the top of your space and just find your forward fold. Give yourself a moment. Ujjayi breath, reconnect if you've lost it. Inhale, lift halfway, realign your spine. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet and rise. Arms to the sky as you breathe in. Hands to heart as you breathe out. Nice job, friends. Inhale, high mountain. With your breath, slow dive all the way down, forward fold. Nice, Ellie, as you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. So get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat. Find your way to down dog. So vinyasa on your own, however you'd like. Skip it if you'd rather. Nice job, friends. Beautiful movement, beautiful awareness. So back in down dog. Next time you breathe in, left leg to the sky. Peel your left hip open. So bend your knee and feel as if your left hip is a hinge on a door. Your left leg is the door, so it just swings open. Nothing else has to move. It's coming from the mobility in your left hip joint. Squeeze your outer left glute and see if as you squeeze, you can lift your knee a little higher. One more inhale, active through your left foot. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, round through your spine. Stay here, breathe in. See if you can lift higher to your back. Tippy, tippy toes. Awesome, Kathy. And then step forward softly. Set yourself up in your warrior 1 stance and then rise when you're ready. Nice, Sydney. So again, personally, I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. And the intention is to square off your hips. For me, it's kind of impossible to get my hips square with my back foot on the ground, but just have that intention, create that action. So left hip draws back, right hip draws forward, little brace around your middle. As you bend into your front knee, you're pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Nice, Sue. Lift your heart, maybe even lift your gaze. Be in your warrior 1 and feel whatever there is to feel. For me, this pose usually feels a little bit awkward. Maybe just be with awkwardness, discomfort for a couple rounds. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. And then this time, just for fun, switch them to 1 finger over. So it feels a little bit funky, a little bit different. Shoulders roll back and down. See if you can reach your hands back. See if you can lift your heart up. Puff up your chest. Take one more in-breath. Humble warrior. So bow to the inside of your left knee. Keep tracking your left knee open towards your pinky toe. See if you can feel your core, Uddiyana Bandha, navel to spine at the bottom of each exhale. See if you can feel your throat lock even, Jalandhara Bandha, so chin to chest, and really hear and feel your breath as it moves through your throat. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. See if you can feel that opening in the front of your shoulders. Awesome, Amber. One more inhale. As you exhale, hands to low back, release your clasp, and then rise back up, arms to the sky, warrior one. As you exhale, hands to your front thigh, root into your front foot, float off your back leg. So as your back foot floats off the ground, really square off your hips, inner thighs face each other. Press with your back foot like you're stomping onto an invisible wall. You can keep pressing your hands into your front thigh if that feels helpful, or if you want to play with your arms, go for it. One arm, both arms, anywhere you want to take it. Your personal fullest expression on this side. One more breath. Very nice, forward fold. So land softly at the top of your mat. You can give your left leg a little shake out if it needs. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position, realign. Exhale, let it go. Root through your feet, rise to stand. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart center. All right, inhale, reach up and stretch. Pause right here. We're going to balance. Right foot is your foundation. Lift your left knee. And then once your left knee is lifted, focus your gaze, find your balance. See if you can keep everything else still and just start to open and close your left leg. So out to the side and then back to center. Feel the outside of your left butt cheek squeeze as you open. Try not to sink into your right hip. So ideally, nothing else moves except your left leg. Good job. I know it's hard. Next time, your left knee opens to the left. Keep it there. You can use your hand to place your foot tree pose. So left foot to either right inner thigh, inner calf, inner ankle. Hug in. So you're pressing your foot into your leg and your leg back into your foot, hugging towards midline. So it's like everything is hugging in and then lifting up, getting taller. Yes. If you're falling out, totally fine. Come back in as you are ready. Beautiful. Maybe play around with a little bit of movement in your upper body. Maybe even play with your gaze. Nice work, my friends. Take 1 or 2 more rounds in your tree pose. And we're going to come out slowly. So slowly, as you are ready, remove your foot and bring your left knee back to center, back to midline. If you want, you can extend your left leg forward. One more big inhale. Slow motion, low lunge position. Fingers and toes land at the exact same time if possible. Once you are back in your low lunge, nice job. Set your back knee down gently and bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out to the width of your yoga mat, maybe even onto the hardwood floor. So with your right foot nice and wide, see if you can let your hips move forward and down as your heart lifts up. And if you need to, scoot your front foot forward a little bit. So you don't want your knee coming forward of your ankle. If it's doing that, just bring your front foot further forward. Let your hips melt down as your heart lifts up. The temptation is to put all the weight in your hands so you don't have to feel anything in your legs. So hands are there, they're supporting you, but there's not too much weight in them. They're just there for support. Take big, deep breaths down into your hips. Let them melt closer to the ground. Yes. And your right foot, if it's helpful, you can pivot your right toes out to the right. Try not to let your knee fall in. Yeah, so hips towards the ground, and imagine you're trying to create even like a cobra with your heart. Lift your heart. Last couple breaths, big and spacious. Open your mouth if you want and sigh it out. All right, from here, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, and then you can just work your right foot back into a plank position. Once you are in a plank position, side plank, roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Right hand is your base. You can, of course, bring your right knee down if you feel like modifying. If your right knee is not on the ground, then lift your hips really, really high. So the higher your hips go, the more that will take weight out of your wrist and your shoulder. So use your strong right side abdominals. Maybe left arm reaches forward, bicep next to your ear, and feel the length in your left side. Nice, Alyssa. Maybe left leg floats up. You got it. Take one last round. Strong and powerful. Come back to plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up and push the ground away. Slow motion, lower in one strong straight line. 3, 2, 1. All the way to your belly. Stay low and lift to just a baby cobra. So use your back strength to lift, not your arm strength. Good. See if you can press down with your shoelaces and try to press through your toenails. Spread your toes and press your toenails into the ground. Now don't let your feet lift. Lift your hands and reach your hands back. Don't let your legs lift. So as soon as you lift your legs, you're using your butt strength. I want you to use your back strength. Feel your strong back muscles squeeze around your spine. If it is available to you, you might even interlace your fingers and use your big fist to lift you up even higher. So for me, it helps if I bend my elbows and squeeze my elbows towards each other behind my back. I can feel my mid-back muscles fire. So see, how can you find more strength? One more inhale, lift, lift, lift. Amazing job, you guys. Exhale, release, let it go. So you can turn your head to one side. Might feel good to kind of rock your hips side to side a little bit, or windshield wiper your shins. However you want to get there in your next few rounds, downward facing dog. So if you want to move through a regular vinyasa quickly or anything else, maybe grab a child's pose, couple of cat-cows. Eventually downward facing dog. All right. Down dog Ujjayi breath. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And then once again, open up your right hip. So bend your knee goes out and then up. Feel your right hip stack on top of left. You can absolutely stay here, hold here, or one more inhale. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Nice, Jill. Inhale, back up, three-legged dog. See if you can open your hip. Learn to articulate through your hip joint. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Get as high as you can. Awesome, Britt. Inhale, back up. Open your hip one last time. And then everyone, knee to your nose. Exhale, scoop out your belly around your spine. Step through super softly. All right, this time rise to your crescent lunge. So on the ball of your back foot. Yes. Square hips. Energetically pull your front hip back, your back hip forward. Beautiful. So from your strong foundation, grow into your expression. Lift your heart really high. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, once again, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze shoulder blades towards your spine. See if you can reach your hands back. And then from here, this is your option. You do not have to take it unless you want. Bend your back knee to a hover and start to curl open. So not leaning back, but curling open. It's like you're reaching your knuckles towards the ground and lifting your heart towards the sky. Yes, beautiful. Back knee bends to a hover, and imagine you're trying to drag your backside forward. One more deep breath. Bottom of your exhale, release your clasp, reach your arms to the sky, straighten your front leg, squeeze your front thigh. Yeah, so both legs powerful and strong. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the ground. So low lunge, step your back foot forward a bit. So you're setting up now for pyramid. Back foot is flat on the ground. And in this pose, again, I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. Halfway lift position. Breathe in. Bring your hands to your hips. So as you lengthen your spine, for a moment, bend your front knee a lot. Bend it a lot. And then I want you to re-straighten it really slowly by focusing on lifting your right butt cheek up, 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 and pressing the top of your right thigh back, back, back. So right butt cheek lifts up, right thigh presses back. You should feel your right quad firing up. You can stay right here if you want, or whenever you're ready, start to fold over your front leg. So imagine you're draping your torso over your front leg. Your hands can come to the ground or to blocks or wherever they feel good. Nice, Dre. So work the length of your front leg by pulling your right butt cheek up, up, up. Pressing the top of your right thigh back as far as you can. Feel your right quad fire. And then every single exhale, that's your invitation to fold, to dive a little bit deeper. Take about 2 more rounds of breath. Awesome work. Your hips look so good, you guys. Nice job. Bottom of your next exhalation, you can take your blocks with you if you're using them. Walk your hands forward, standing splits. So left leg lifts. Left leg to the sky, active through your left toes. So just like a one-legged forward fold, that's all it is. Hug in with your right inner thigh and lift from your center. You got this. Take one more big inhale, see if there's any more length you can create. As you exhale, left knee to your nose, curl in, hollow out. Ooh, inhale, re-extend, get long, strong, and powerful. Exhale, knee to your nose. So both knees bend, curl in, get small like you're doing a little crunch. Inhale, re-extend. This is your last one. This time, exhale, bring your left toe next to your right toe. So big toes touch, and then tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. Butt towards the ground and nose towards your knees. If this doesn't work for you, please feel free to modify. You can stick with a regular forward fold or some other variation that better serves you. If you're in tiny little potato bug ball, option to wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze, get as small and compact as you can as you exhale. Really find your center. As you breathe in, see if you can feel your back body. Bring more awareness into your back body, back of your heart, back rib, low back. Nice job. One more round wherever you're at. And then we'll meet in a halfway lift position. So heels on the ground, spine long. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold. Take it all the way up, rise, arms overhead, inhale. And hands to heart center. Let's just flow for a moment before we do all that on the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, dive down. Inhale, brings you to your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. See if you can keep that exhale going as you lower. Chaturanga Dandasana. Nice, Jill. Inhale, peel your heart open, shoulders back and down. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a great big in-breath as you push the ground away. Lots of length. Exhale, gaze forward, back to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Spinal extension, breathe in. Exhale, bow all the way to emptiness. And from that place, rise all the way to stand. Inhale, arms overhead. And reconnect to you, hands to heart. All right, inhale, reach up. And this time, left foot is your base. Lift your right knee, standing staff. You might notice right away is your tendency to sink into your left hip. Hug in with your left inner thigh. So it's like you're zipping a zipper up through your midline. Start to open and close your right leg. Like a hinge on a door is swinging your leg open and close. So ideally, nothing else has to move except your left leg. Use the mobility in your left hip. Yes, so good. And sometimes going slow can be really helpful, so no rush. As you are ready, moving into your tree pose, right knee opens, and then you can use your hand to help place your foot on your leg. Inner thigh is great, but if that doesn't work for you, please choose somewhere else on your leg. Whatever works best. Press foot into leg, leg back into foot. Yes, so keep zipping that zipper up. If you want, you can take little bits and pieces of movement, exploration with upper body, with your gaze. Slow, steady breaths. For me, in tree pose, my butt's always sticking out and my ribs come forward. So I'm working on finding a more neutral spine. So feel into your pose. How can you be more in alignment? Slowly, we'll start to make our way back to standing staff. So if possible, stay balanced on your left foot. Bring your right knee back to center. Maybe extend your right leg forward, press through your heel. One more inhale. You guys are amazing. Exhale, low lunge, slow motion. See if you can land with fingers and toes at the exact same time. Once you've landed, nice job. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out nice and wide, maybe even onto the hardwood floor. Back knee comes down gently. And then let your hips work their way towards the ground as your heart lifts. So try not to put all your weight in your hands. Let your hips melt and then encourage your heart to lift like you're doing a cobra pose. If your front knee is coming forward of your ankle, then just scoot your front foot forward a little bit more. Soft through your face. Unclench your jaw. So all these ways we're signaling to our body, even though you're uncomfortable, you're safe. You can relax. So big deep breaths. Soften around the pose. Take about 2, maybe 3 more. Open mouth sighs are welcome. Really good. Nice job, you guys. So rather than avoiding sensation, just allowing yourself to be in sensation, knowing that it's only temporary. Last breath. Come back to your hands if you're not there already. And then lift your back knee up. So tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and just work your left foot to the back of your mat. So you'll be in a plank position. Once you're in your plank position, you've got side plank. Left hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Right arm to the sky. And if you want to bring your left knee down, absolutely feel free to do so. Yeah, our left forearm, perfect. Lift your hips really, really, really high. Imagine you're trying to create a rainbow with your body. Maybe right arm reaches forward. Maybe right leg even floats up. Nice trace. Awesome job, friends. One more deep breath. Your personal fullest expression. Plank or modified. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Push the ground away. Exhale, slowly lower. 3, 2, 1. All the way to your belly. Start with your baby cobra. Lift your hands, reach them back. Lift your feet this time, but don't let your legs widen. So hug in with your inner thighs and imagine you are trying to rotate your inner thighs in and up towards the ceiling. Nice, Britt. You can stay here, or if you want to interlace your fingers, go for it. So lift, lift, lift through your upper body. Lift through your legs as well. Hug in with your inner thighs. Breathe down into your belly. Nice work. Feel all that strength running down your back line. One more inhale. Lift, lift, lift. And let it go. You can rest your head to either side. Give yourself a moment. In your next few rounds, no rush. Downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. Ujjayi breath. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And just like we've been practicing this whole class, peel your left hip open. So it's just the same as you did when you were standing, opening and closing your hip. Doing the exact same thing here in your 3-legged dog. So see if you can feel that same muscle engaging on the outside of your left butt cheek. Use it to lift your left knee a little higher. Hug in with your right inner thigh. One more inhale. You can stay here or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, take it back up, 3-legged dog. Open your hip, articulate through your left hip joint. Left to left, exhale, get as high as you can. Awesome, Amber. Take it back up. Nice, Sydney. And then last one, everybody, knee to your nose. Scoop out your belly, round your spine, high on your back, tiptoes, step forward softly. Rise up to your crescent lunge. So strong through your legs, high on the ball of your back foot. Beautiful. Energetically pull front hip back, pull back hip forward. So you're hugging towards midline. You have that brace around your middle. Reach up high, maybe even gaze up. Take one more in breath. As you exhale, hands behind your back again, interlace. Switch to one finger over. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine. See if you can reach your hands back. And then bend your back knee. And if you would like, start to work that back bend. So you're not leaning back, you're curling open. Leaning back is just dumping into your low back. Curling open uses the mobility in your mid and your upper spine to lift your heart higher. Yes, nice, Liz. Bend your back knee and try to pull your back thigh forward. Take one last huge breath, puff up your chest. Breathe so deeply. Good job. All right, release your clasp. Bring your arms to the sky. Inhale, straighten your front leg so both legs extend. One more big inhalation, get as tall as you can. Strong legs. And then low lunge, hands come down. Set up for pyramid pose. So back foot steps in just a bit. You want to make sure you can have both of your feet flat on the ground. And then personally, again, I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam with all of my toes facing forward. Halfway lift position. Bring your hands to your hips. So feel your hips straight across from one another. If your left hip is forward of your right, see if you can adjust that. And then bend your left knee a lot. Slowly re-straighten it by focusing on pulling your left butt cheek up and back like there's a rope. Pulling your left butt cheek up and back. Then press back with the top of your left thigh until you can feel your quad muscle really firing up. So use that, keep that, and then whenever you're ready, work into a fold. Drape your upper body over your front leg. Nice, Sydney. Keep pulling your left butt cheek up, up, up. Keep pressing your left thigh back. Good job. And use your breath to work the pose. So every exhalation, all the way to emptiness. And maybe dive a little bit deeper, fold a little bit further. Take 2 more rounds. If there's a shaking happening, not a bad thing. Let it happen. Bottom of your next exhale. Standing split. So crawl your hands forward. Maybe you take blocks with you. Right leg to the sky. Lift it up. Lots of length, lots of space, lots of power. Moving all the way up into your right tiptoes. Good. So all we're doing here, one-legged forward fold. Relax your neck. Hug in with your left inner thigh. Take one more big, huge in-breath. Lengthen. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So like you're in a little ball, but right now you're balanced on your left foot. Curl in, crunch. Inhale, re-extend, right leg high. If you want, you can play with a handstand, huh? Exhale, knee to nose, round, hollow out. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Lift, and this time, tiny little potato bug ball. Set your right big toe next to your left big toe. So big toes touch, tuck and curl. And you can stay right here like we did before, maybe wrapping your arms around your shins, or if you want to play with your balance a little bit more, option for a toe stand. So hug in with your inner knees, inner thighs, inner heels, and see if you can point your knees straight forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Balance on your toes. Wherever you've chosen to be, couple more deep breaths, slow, steady, soft through your face. Nice work. Next time you inhale, let's meet in a halfway lift. So nice and long through your spine. Maybe you want to widen your stance. Exhale, fold and bow. Take it all the way to stand. Reach up and stretch tall. Inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. All right, we're gonna play with balance again, but going somewhere totally different. So right foot is your foundation. Bend your left knee, left heel towards your butt. Reach your right hand back and locate your foot. So I have to get all funky to get my foot, but then once I've got my foot, I'm gonna try to stand tall, hug towards midline, left arm to the sky. So this may be as far as you go, totally fine. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep a little bend in my standing leg as I start to hinge at my hips and kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. This is twisted dancer pose. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to cobra your heart. Breathe. If you fall out, absolutely fine. That's why we're here. We're just practicing. Take about 2 more breaths. Nice work, you guys. Awesome poses. And we're gonna try to come out slowly into a standing staff position. So if possible, slowly release. Left knee lifts eventually in front of your body. Arms to the sky. If you're with me, one more inhale, maybe left leg extends. Just like we did before, slow motion to your low lunge. All the way back. All right. From low lunge, we're going somewhere a little bit different. It's a little bit tricky, so listen carefully. Walk your right foot out to the width of your mat again, hands inside your right foot. And this time, the invitation is to keep your hips lifted really high as you lower your heart down, or this is your option if you want to take it. Bring your right hand to the back of your right heel and kind of try to work your right shoulder under your leg. Once you've got as low as you can, your shoulders under your legs, see if you can reach your right hand up and maybe clasp your hands behind you. You can also play with a variation where you reach both arms out to both sides like you're flying. You've got great big wings. There's a lot of engagement through your core and strength through your legs. So if you want to stick with just that variation, arms on the ground, totally fine. Nice job. Amazing, you guys. Wherever you've gone, couple more breaths. Ah, awesome, Jill. Awesome, Amber. Really nice, everyone. Nice job, Kathy. All right, if you are in the bind, slowly release. Bring your hands to the ground. And just like we did before, work your right foot to the back of your yoga mat. You're in a plank position. Inhale at the top of your push-up and push the ground away. Exhale, slowly lower. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Start with baby cobra. Stay low. Lift your heart using back strength. That's so funny. Lift your hands, reach them back. Lift your feet, reach them back. So here we are again. This time only if you want to. Option to go for your full floor bow. So bend your knees, reach back, grab your feet or your ankles. And then once you've got hold of your feet or your ankles, you can use gentle leverage to work your pose. So kick feet into hands, pull hands back into feet, hug in with your inner thighs to stay out of your low back. Yes, so good. Active through your feet, spread your toes. If you're holding your ankles, see if you can flex your feet. Even your little baby pinky toes, one last round, lift, lift, lift. And let it go. Nice job. Take a moment, and if you want, you can kind of rock your hips, windshield wiper shins. And in your next few breaths, downward facing dog pose. You guys look really good in your down dogs. Your shoulders look so strong. Nice work. All right, inhale your right leg high. Peel your right hip open one more time. And this time, only if you want to, other right leg, Andrea. If you want to, flip your dog. So right foot comes down behind you. Yeah, right arm lifts and reaches forward. Lift your heart, lift your hips. Nice, Liz. Feel the strength in your back body. One more inhale. And then bring it back. 3-legged down dog. So everybody, right leg high. Breathe in here, lengthen. Step your right foot to the top of your space. You're in a low lunge. And from here this time, we're just gonna take it into a wide-legged straddle. Walk your hands to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Straighten your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift. And anywhere you wanna go as you exhale, you can work your fold or feel free to play and explore. Try to stay here in this room, on your mat, in your body. So obviously you're all here physically, but stay here mentally, emotionally, energetically. Feel whatever there is to feel. Get curious about it. Respond to it. Nice breath. Really good, friends. Last couple of rounds. If you're working somewhere, start to wrap it up. Back to a halfway lift with your next inhalation. Fingertips or hands on the ground. So bend your knees if you need to. Crawl your hands to the front of your mat. Rotate your toes forward and just step forward. Nice and easy. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Lengthen out. Exhale. Bow. Rise all the way to stand. Arms to the sky as you inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. All right, balancing this time on our left foot. Right knee bends, heel towards your butt. Reach your left hand back, locate your foot. You might have to kind of go all wonky to get your foot, but then see if you can find midline again. Hug in, right arm to the sky. This might be as far as you go today, and it's perfectly fine. If you want to go further, see if you can start to hinge. This side is a lot harder for me, so you may notice one side is a lot harder, a lot easier. Just be with it. Hinge at your hips, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Yes, stay straight. Keep your heart lifted like you're doing a little cobra pose. Feel your back muscles engage. Hug in with inner thighs. Beautiful, amazing. Thanks, Ellie. 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Soft face, soft jaw. Maybe come out slowly into a standing staff. So if possible, stay balanced on your left foot. And then gently release, right leg out in front of you eventually, arms to the sky. Yes, if you are with me, one more inhale, maybe extend right leg. Exhale, low lunge, slow motion all the way back, right toes to the back of your mat, hands to the ground. Once you have arrived, hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out really, really wide. This time, back knee stays lifted and hips stay lifted. So you're purposely lifting your hips up as you melt your heart down. So this is where you can stay, or invitation. Bring your left hand to the back of your heel and use that to work your left shoulder under your left leg as much as you're able to. Once you're there, see if you can reach your left hand up towards your low back, and then bring your right hand up to clasp. So you're still balanced on the ball of your back foot, and your chest is looking at the ground. There's also a variation where you reach your arms out to both sides like you're flying. You have great big wings. Yeah, nice, Jill. So it takes lots of strength work. Make sure you're breathing. Slow, steady breaths, about 2, 3 more wherever you're at. If it's too much to hold that the entire time, you do not have to. So honor what your body needs. It's good to challenge yourself, but only if it is mindfully and intentionally, not your ego, just getting curious about your body and what it can do. Last round. Nice job, everyone. Bring your hands to the ground if they're not there already. And then work your left foot to the back of your mat. You'll be in a plank position, plank or modified plank. Find your strength. Inhale and push the ground away. Lower slowly. 3, 2, 1. Good job. This time, you do whatever you want for your back bend. So if you're feeling just a regular cobra, up dog, go for it. Spider-Man cobra. If you want one more floor bow, go for it. So whatever feels like your body needs it, go there. No rush. Eventually, downward facing dog, but take your time. Beautiful. All right, Ujjayi breath, fire it back up if you've lost it. Just a little longer. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Peel your left hip open. So squeeze your outer left butt cheek. And feel like your left hip is a hinge on a door. If you want, you can stay here. If you want, you can flip your dog. Left foot comes down behind you. And then left arm lifts, reaches forward. Feel the strength in your back body. Squeeze your back muscles around your spine. Nice, Alyssa. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Beautiful, friends. One last inhale. And then bring it back. Three-legged down dog. Left leg extends. Breathe in and lengthen. Exhale. Step your left foot to the top of your space. Low lunge. Bring your hands to the right long edge of your mat once again and parallel your feet. So wide-legged straddle position, but we'll do something different. So you can ignore me if you want, do your own thing. Or halfway lift position, breathe in, fingertips on the ground. From your halfway lift, crawl your hands towards the back of your mat, bend your back knee. This can be where you stay, or pivot your back toes towards the back edge of your mat and see if you can pivot your front toes towards the sky. If at all possible, right heel stays on the ground. So if you're on your right tiptoes like I'm doing right now, most likely it's a complete adjustment of your pelvis. So you want your butt coming down towards the ground. Energetically, you're hugging in towards with your heels. So heels hugging towards midline. If you're hugging in with your heels, you should be able to lift your hands and still feel the muscle energy in your legs as you stretch. Keep your left toes flexed and active. Take one more round here. If you are with me, slowly find your way to the other side. So left toes face towards the front of your mat, right toes face towards the sky. Energetically, like your heels are magnetized to each other. Try to squeeze them towards one another, butt towards the ground. You might be able to lift your hands wherever you're at, wherever you're exploring. Feel what's there. A couple more breaths. Yeah, so good, you guys. All right, when you feel pretty even on both sides, just come back to your wide-legged straddle, nice and easy. Halfway lift, inhale, fingertips on the ground, bend your knees if needed. Walk your hands to the top of your space, rotate your toes forward and step forward, forward fold. Spinal extension, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Rise all the way up, arms overhead, inhale. And hands to heart, exhale. Flow with your breath, inhale, high mountain. Dive down slowly, hinge at your hips, forward fold, nice Sue. Halfway lift, breathe in, spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat, vinyasa, however you want to. See you in down dog. All right, inhale your right leg to the sky. And pigeon pose this time, right shin to the top of your mat. Bring your body down gently. I know some of you like to take this on your back instead, so please feel free. That works better for you. Just like we do in all the other poses, we're hugging towards midline, even in pigeon. So rather than just plopping your right butt cheek down, try to pull that invisible rope, pulls up and back on your right butt cheek as your heart moves forward and down. So rather than just collapsing into the pose, build the pose with structure and integrity, and then use your breath to relax and soften around it. And anytime you want, sigh it out your mouth. Ah. Visualize, use your imagination, visualize your breath moving down into your right hip. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds here. See if you can keep your front toes active, like you're trying to spread your front toes. Good job, friends. With your next inhale, fill up as big as you can. Just like we did at the very beginning, hold, and then take that little extra sip. Open mouth sigh. You still slowly start a transition back to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Or if you're on your back, you want to just take some neutralizing movements on your back instead, that's perfectly fine. All right, everyone, good job. I'm just gonna say, on your own, in your next couple breaths or so, find your way to pigeon with your left shin forward or your left shin on top. Just as you are ready, come into your pigeon pose. Set yourself up with just as much care and intention and attention as you did on the other side. If this side feels different and needs something different, honor that, pay attention to that. Use your breath to soften again and again. So see if you can just notice by really tuning in, where do you tense up without even realizing it? Where do you tighten? For myself, I notice a lot of times I'm tightening through my shoulders or through my hands. So start to notice, where do you tighten up? And if you're doing it in here, most likely you're also doing it out there quite a bit. So start to bring awareness to all those unconscious things you do, your habits, your patterns, just by noticing, see if anything starts to shift. Be here for about 5, 6, 7 more breaths. Open your mouth at any time and big sigh. So that big sigh can be so valuable if there's too much energy, too much sensation. There's a sense of overwhelm in your system. Give it somewhere to go. Sigh it out your mouth. And once again, invitation, if you want to, with your next inhalation, fill up as big as you possibly can and hold there. Big as you can get with your breath, hold. One more little teaspoon, sip it in. And then open your mouth, let it out. Start to find your way back to one final down dog. Or if you're already on your back and you would like to wait for us there, totally fine with me. If you're headed back to one last down dog, maybe you move into a 3-legged dog, give your left leg a little shake out. Maybe you even want to take one last vinyasa. Or maybe instead of down dog, you'd like to take one last child's pose. Give yourself a moment. And wherever you've ended up, just feel, just notice all that space, all that energy inside of you. And then everyone in your next few rounds, find your way all the way down onto your back. You can face whichever direction you'd like. You can get there however you'd like. Once you're on your back, just gently draw your knees towards your belly and take a little rock from side to side, gentle rock. And then we'll move towards bridge pose. So feet on the ground with knees bent. Arms down by your sides. Make sure all 10 toes face forward. Your feet are about hips width distance apart. A lot of people think they have really wide hips. So bring your feet maybe a little closer, hips width distance. And when you are ready, just lift yourself up into your bridge pose. Peel your spine off your mat. So you can do your own thing in bridge if you'd rather, or invitation to come with me. If you ever took Jason's classes, he used to teach these all the time. So this is how I learned mid-back mobility, and this is how I found my mid-back strength. Bring your arms to robot arms. So bend your elbows, palms face each other, fingertips face the sky. Yeah, and elbows are as close in towards your sides as you can get them. From here, keep pressing through the backs of your arms and the back of your head. Inhale, lift your hips maybe a tidbit higher. And as you exhale, lower just your butt towards the ground. So you're creating a little tunnel underneath the middle of your back. Inhale, lift just your butt back up into your bridge pose. And exhale again, lower just your butt. So you're lifting and lowering just your butt towards the ground, creating a big tunnel underneath the middle of your spine. So if I had a rolled up yoga mat and I wanted to slide it underneath the middle of your spine, I could, even as you're bringing your butt down. And you might feel your mid and lower back engage in ways you've never felt before. Might feel weird. See if you can just be with it. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs like you're hugging an invisible yoga block. And take about 3 more rounds of breath in your bridge, either these lifting and lowers or just holding wherever you're at. Breathe all the way down into low belly. Good. Nice, everybody. An invitation to come out really slowly. So as you are ready, from your bridge pose, shoulders come out from under you, and just one vertebra at a time, see if you can roll your spine back down. Once you have your spine back on the ground, neutral spine position, keep your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Just walk your feet out really wide to the width of your yoga mat. Tee out your arms or cactus your arms on the ground. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Go slowly. The slower you go, the more you can work the pose, the more you can get out of the pose, the more you can feel your body in the pose. When we drive our car 100 miles an hour, you look out the window, you can hardly see anything. You drive your car 10 miles an hour, you look out the window, you can see every little detail. It's the same thing. When we move so fast, we can't notice. Everything just kind of blends together. It's a blur. When we slow down, we can feel our hips, we can feel our low back, we can feel where are my imbalances, where are my tight spaces. So after a few rounds of windshield wipers, if these are feeling good, you can stick with it a little longer, but eventually just come to constructive rest pose. So feet wide and knees together. Constructive rest pose is one of my most favorite poses. So feet wide, knees together. It just opens up space in your low back and your pelvic bowl. If you'd like to, invitation to bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And just be here for a moment. Feel the rise and fall of your breath, the expansion and contraction. Maybe visualize your breath moving down into your pelvis, moving down into your hips, creating space there. If you feel really good right here and you just want to stay here for a little while longer, or even for the rest of our class, the rest of our practice, it's fine with me. If there are any other movements, any other poses, anything else your body is calling for to finish off your practice, give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths to move through those. So maybe there's some sort of inversion you want to take. Maybe one last big squeeze of your knees in towards your belly, or a little rock side to side. So anything else your body is calling for, and then eventually just start to settle in to your final relaxation. So as you find your way into your final resting pose, you can let your breath start to dissipate. You can let your breath just come back to its natural rhythm. Let your body, your autonomic nervous system take over. Just let your body breathe you. My quote for you, it's very simple, short and sweet. It's by Cory Muscara. He just says, the belief that there is some future moment more worth being present to than the one you are in right now is why we miss our lives. The belief that there is some future moment more worth being present to than the one you're in right now is why we miss our lives. So these last few moments, friends, see if you can just let yourself be right here. There is nowhere else you need to be that is more important. There is nothing you need to do to change or fix or control. So see if you can just let go. Just give yourself this time to simply be present, to feel whatever there is to feel. As I play my bowls, the different percussion instruments, just let the sounds, let the vibrations, let the frequencies flow through you. Not just up in your head, not just through your ears, but listen with your entire being. Just notice whatever comes, whatever goes, let it. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And just start to come back to your physical body, wiggle your fingers and your toes. And you give yourself a little temple massage or forehead massage, or even rub your hands together really quickly, build some heat, place your palms on top of your eyes. When you're ready, just roll to either side, fetal position. Give yourself just one last moment to curl into yourself in this nurturing way, to really be held by Mother Earth below you, the ground below you. And as you are ready, just ease your way up into seated meditation. So right back where we began. As you come into your seat, just notice how you feel. Gather your hands to your heart. Close your eyes or lower your gaze. This invitation to close our practice together with one big Om. So Om is technically three sounds. It's Ah, O, and Try not to worry about how you sound, how your voice sounds, but focus more on the vibration you're creating and expressing. So your voice, your sound, your vibration, expressing out your mouth. Just feel it. Exhale, empty out, clear your throat if you need. And then deep breath in, fill up with your voice. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. All right, friends. Thank you, thank you. Good job. All ladies today. Where's our dudes at? Where's our dudes at? Where are they? So, Ruby's like a little more active today, I felt like. She was up and at 'em.
Do you want to go to the park? Is that what you want?
Good to have you, Alyssa. Hey, friends. Hi, Miriam. How are you? Miss you. Oh, whatever. You're wonderful. That's what it's for.